When you first get onto the server, you're going to see something like this. This is the command prompt, and you can type text into it, like this. And when you hit enter, this is going to send the text to the server, which is going to interpret it. The first word that we type is the command, which instructs the server what we would like to do. So it's like, I guess you can picture it like a verb. It's an action that the server is going to do. The words that follow the command can modify how the command works, or they might actually be things like the files that the command is supposed to work on. A very basic example of what I am talking about is called cal. Cal is short for calendar. When you type it and hit enter, you're going to get back a calendar, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Why don't we give this a try? I'm typing this out. Notice how it's lowercase. That's very important because everything in Linux is case sensitive. If I were to instead do this, I would get back an error. But if I do this, lowercase, it will work properly. So this command didn't take anything else. It just will by default give you back a calendar. And also it's kind of cool. You can get this little highlighting here that tells you the day it is. So it's July 2016. Sorry, July 19th, 2016. As I mentioned before, we can modify what a command does by the words that come after it. And what those words are called are arguments. There are also options too, so you can set things on or off to change how it will behave. So what I'm going to do is just use a very basic example of this with the option called -h. So I'm going to type cal again, but this time I'm going to hit space and do a -h. Notice how I had to use space here. Space is very important in Linux. If I were to not have a space here, like so, and then hit enter, again it's going to be confused. It's going to tell me it doesn't know what this command is. And that's because space delimits things like arguments, options, and commands. You have to be very careful because then if you name a folder with a space, it's going to be very confusing. So in those cases, when you need to do something in the future, like name a folder, make sure that you have something like an underscore if you want to kind of delimit words in the name of a file. But I'll get into that again sometime later. So cal is a very basic example. We also have another one I can show. This is called echo. You might be able to guess at what echo will do, so why don't I try typing this out. Echo. Hello, I can't even spell today. Hello world. There we go. And then I hit enter. Okay, so we got back something this time. Well, I mean, we got back something before, but but this one is responding to our arguments. So in this case, echo, when you give it something afterwards, so all the arguments that you give echo are going to be echoed back to you. And you can see down here the finished result. That means if I change just like echo hi there, it's going to be a different thing. In this case, what it's doing is it's sending it through a channel called standard out. What standard out will do by default is that when it's sent to you from the server, your terminal is going to print it onto the screen just like this. But later on we're going to learn that we can redirect it and save it or do other things to it with other tools. So just keep in mind when you see something printed to your screen like this, this is standard out when it's a response. And you'll know that it's standard out because your command prompt isn't next to it. And then you're going to get your command prompt back like this right afterwards. So now I can type again because I can see that my command prompt is still active like this. And that's it for now. This command might not seem useful, but we're going to see later on that there are uses for echo. But I really don't know any uses for cal, honestly, other than just maybe as a cool party trick.